Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Today is your birthday. Today is your birthday. Today.
Good gracious God! I've seen beauty before, but this is a discovery.
Hi LEET, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Miriro and this is of course Miriro Moments. I really do hope you decide to join the family, the team, by subscribing down below and switching on the notification bell so that you get notifications whenever I post a new video. So firstly, I'll just like to apologize. I have been struggling with keeping up with Vlogtober. I have skipped a number of days and I apologize for that. My main issue has been time, to be honest. There's just been a lot going on, but also that's an excuse because when you have made a commitment, I believe that you should just show up. It's that simple. So I'm going to do better. I'm going to try my best to ensure that we have videos this week and for the rest of October, because we don't give up halfway. We just continue, even when we have failed a bit, but we continue. We pick ourselves up and we keep going. And that being said, today is the 17th of October and it just so happens to be the birthday of someone who is very dear to my heart. And I was just thinking of ways that I can make it extra special this year, because if you know me, then you know that I'm a bit extra about birthdays. Not only birthdays, but just celebrating the people that I care about, because I literally live by the leave earth empty principle, okay? I believe in giving people their flowers whilst they can still smell them. I don't want to be the kind of person who one day is going to be speaking of someone who I love in absentia, or once they've passed on and I'm saying these incredible things about them when they never heard me say them myself and, you know, celebrate them whilst they were still alive, you know? So I think I really value that. And I believe that you should do the same as well. I'm very big on the I love yous. I'm very big on the I miss you. I'm very big on all the expressive words just to express how much I care about the people who are around me. That's me. And I'm very unapologetic about it. I'm extra in how I love. And I try my best to express that. Obviously, I don't always get it right, but I do try my best. I think it's important because we get to live every day. We get to live every day. This whole thing of you only get to live once, that's a fallacy. We get to live every day and we only die once. So we have to show up as best as we can in every single way possible. Now, you guys have met two of my sisters. You have met Mufaro and you have met Makanaka in YouTube videos. But then I thought today, hey, you've never actually officially met Mavis and you're probably not gonna do so today. But this is the best that we've got because she's not with me, but I can definitely celebrate her on here. And hopefully you guys will join me in wishing her a happy birthday. And yeah, so I am privileged to be born into a family of 4 daughters. I have 2 older sisters and 1 younger sister. And because I'm cheesy and sentimental, I have a name for each and every one of them. Okay, so the second born in my family is Mufaro. Her name means happiness or joy. And the reason why I call her my happiness is because she literally lives up to her name. She is a bundle of joy. She will literally break into dance at any point, any given moment. Any point she will do that, and she just makes jokes and she just ensures that the atmosphere that she's in is as happy as it can be. My younger sister is Makanaka. She's beautiful, she's gorgeous, she lives up to her name, but beyond that I call her my one and only because she was the one who gave me the privilege to be an older sister, and through that role I have learned a lot about myself, and I love being an older sister. So, and recently I was having a conversation with my elder sister. Her name is Mavis Nyara. And she was saying that you have a name for everybody, but you don't have a name for me. I said, ma'am, How did you miss it? Because I have literally always called you my warrior. And the good thing about me is I always keep things on record. I have, things in my archives. I have birthday messages from like long back and stuff like that. So I literally dug into my archives and I was showing her all these messages that I've written her and things like that. And I said, man, I've called you my warrior for a very long time. And for me, it's things that are meaningful to me that you have shown me in your character that I call you by that name, right? So today I just thought it would be fun to celebrate her on here. And for the record, this is probably like the 11th, 15th time that I've tried filming this video, but I was getting emotional. And I decided to take a break and then come back and try again. So I'm praying that this time it's going to work. Also, this is the last chance. This is the last chance, and then I'm finished.
This is the last chance.
This is
This is the last chance. This is the last chance. This is the last chance, and then I'm finished.
But anyways, so I just wanted to say happy birthday to Mavis Nyaradzo. We call her Mavi. I wanted to say happy birthday to her. I think she's an incredible sister. She comes in first, and I think God was very intentional in making her the firstborn in my family, because she has been a pillar of strength. She has been an incredible leader. She has been an incredible deputy parent and deputy mommy. That's what we call her. And not only in title, but because she's actually lived up to those titles. We didn't always have, the opportunity to live with my parents, but they would entrust her with us at times where would literally like get through seasons where we're living on our own. And she was actually still fairly young. When I think back, when someone is 16, someone is very young to be left with younger siblings at that time. And she was incredibly responsible through that. But I think one of the reasons why we are so close as siblings is because of her. She has set the standard of how we communicate with each other. She has set the standard of how we express our love to each other. She has set the standard of the things that we do. Honestly, I don't think she realizes just how big of an influence she is in my life, but she really is. She has set the standard of some of the things that I personally would like to achieve, some of the things that the kind of person that I would like to become, the characteristics that I've observed her develop, and who she is as a person. And the good thing is, it's not from the things that she says only, it's from her actions and the things that she does. I think she has the gift of faith. There are people who, we're all called to have faith, right, as Christians, but I believe that there are people with the special gift of faith. And I believe that she is that kind of person in the way that she deals with life and how she approaches life and the challenges that come her way. She's very grounded and rooted. Obviously, she gets disappointed. Obviously, she gets emotional. Obviously, she goes through it, but in the way that she goes through it is very different. Whereas I'll probably panic first. I'll probably cry first. She is very, very rooted in how she goes about dealing with challenges. And I think that is very admirable. And I just stand in awe. I'm like, ma'am, how do you go through that? How do you do it? Because she does it with such grace. She does it with such, I don't want to say ease, but with such like perception of ease. And to me, when I think of her, I generally think of a paragon of strength. I think of a paragon of wisdom. I think of generosity. I think of love. I think of her as a warrior in the way that she prays and she covers those around her, but also in her approach to dealing with things. So she communicates well, right? And I think I've learned from her to just communicate things very head on, but doing so with love and kindness. One of her top love languages is definitely quality time. And I'm also just surprised at how she does it, how she remains so present even when she's not here physically. Sometimes life can get in the way. Things can happen where you're like, I have so many responsibilities, I won't be able to check on you as often as I can and stuff. And she's the type of person who will literally hunt you down just to check on you and just to make sure that you're okay. And I remember one of the most stressful times in my life was in 2019, where I think I literally was so stressed and like depressed. I was just like out of it. I was isolating myself and stuff. And maybe would literally call me and video call me the whole time, like all the time, to the extent where like sometimes I'd be like, I just want to ignore this call, but then she will hunt down my friends if I don't, so might as well just answer. And that is a blessing, because I know that I'm covered. I know that I have somebody that I can trust has my back. I know that I have someone who can stand up for me, but I also know that I have someone that I can go to in my times of need, in my times of joyfulness, in my times of celebration, in my times of confusion and lack of clarity. And I hope and sincerely believe that she thinks and feels the same way. I'm trying to be a ninja about this because you're not gonna catch me slipping. And in as much as she is miles away, she literally always makes sure that we know. Oh my gosh. Oh man. You really are not, because then like previously I was just like, but she's just such an amazing sister. But I'm like, no, we are gonna keep it together. We are going to keep it together. I just wanted to do this video, just remind her how loved, how cared for, and how honored she is by me, but by her family as well. I think she is an incredible wife. I obviously cannot speak in the capacity of a husband, but from what I know, I think she's an incredible wife. She is an amazing mother to my niece, and I'm pretty sure to her future babies, she's going to be an incredible mom as well. I remember probably one of the toughest seasons was COVID happening and my niece getting stuck in Zim, and she's away. She still literally made time to ensure that she would check on her and be there for playtime and stuff like that. I'm like, with what time? You did that, and that is mind-blowing to me. As a daughter, I know my parents trust her. I know that they have faith in her. I know that her opinions matter to them. They will literally tell me to go to Mevi before I do anything. They'll be like, okay, so you're telling us, okay, have you asked your sister? But have you asked your sister though, you know? And I think she is an incredible colleague to her workmates. I have seen people gift her with things. I have seen people write her notes. I have seen people celebrate her in amazing ways. And I remember saying that she literally shows up and does the things that she does as though unto the Lord and not unto men. And I remember saying this to her, and she's like, you know what? I don't know how you know that, but that's the prayer that I make whenever I get into the workspace or whenever I do certain things. I'm like, yes, I see that in you. You are constantly showing up as though you're not showing up for men, but you're also showing up for the Lord. And I stand in awe of the kind of woman that you are, Mevi. I am inspired by you. I love you so very much. And I pray that you know that you are loved. I pray that you know that you're cared for. I pray that you know that you inspire me and you inspire so many other young women that you've impacted. I pray that you know that God has amazing plans for you in your future and plans to prosper you and not to harm you. I pray that God leads you in all your ways. I pray that you're constantly going to be the head and not the tail. I pray that God is going to cover you in your coming and your going. I pray that wherever you set your feet, you will have dominion over that space. I pray that you are going to achieve everything that you desire in your heart. And I pray for joy and happiness and peace and love. And I pray for the fruit of the Spirit to be manifest in your life, and that you are going to see the goodness of God in the land of the living, in everything that you're going to be doing, because I believe you're such a faithful spirit, a very subtle and a very consistent in a very solid way, and I believe that God has an incredible reward for you. So I just wanted to say happy birthday, Manoa Maiwangu. I highly doubt that I did justice in explaining and describing the kind of person that you are. And I highly doubt that there are words to do so, but you know. So for context, Mevi couldn't actually make it for Mofaro's wedding. And that was such a terrible bummer for my family because it was COVID times. But in true Mevi fashion, she wanted to like record a video just so that she can bless my older sister as she was beginning a new journey. And I still have that video, and I just took a snippet of it. And I wanted to say to you, Mevi, back at you. Back at you. As you blessed Fafi in her new journey, I just want to bless you on this birthday, and I love you. This is the best that I could do without crying.
May the Lord bless you and keep you. May he make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. As we receive, we agree, amen. May his favor be upon you and 1,000 generations, your family and your children, and the children and their children. May his presence go before you and behind you, and beside you, all around you and within you. He is with you. In the morning and in the evening, in your coming and in your going, in your weeping and in your rejoicing, God is for you. He is always for you. Amen and amen. For you. Amen and amen.